Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this introduction to the Business Brilliance Mastermind. I think with all of the challenges that we are facing as entrepreneurs, as small business owners, we really, really need to come together, to collaborate, to support each other in order to keep on going and keep our energy up, to remain connected to our purpose, to remember why we started our businesses in the first place, the customers and the clients that we wanted to serve, and the difference that we wanted to make. And that's why I felt that it's just so important to think about putting together a mastermind where we can, as entrepreneurs, really, really support each other. So I'm just going to hop straight over into my presentation. And this is really a culmination of my thinking, my learning, my work that I have done over the last 26 years and created this Business Brilliance Mastermind out of all of that experience and learning. And I'm very, very excited to be sharing it with you today. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm the founder and CEO of the Alchemy Academy, and we are an academy of experts who are really here to support and encourage entrepreneurs and coaches like yourselves to grow sustainable, profitable businesses while remaining connected to your purpose. I've developed the Entrepreneur Flow Code for business and leaders. I've got over 26 years of experience in the field of personal and professional development. I first walked into a personal development training room when I was only 24 years old, and I literally think that saved my life. And I've worked with some clients, some big clients such as Standard Bank, Carrick Wealth, as well as many, many entrepreneurs over the years who run smaller businesses and coaches to really help them to build these sustainable businesses. And I've spoken internationally and trained internationally on global platforms. So what is it that we really face as one of our biggest challenges as entrepreneurs is that many of us have a similar product, a similar offering, or a similar service to our competitors and the other people that are operating in our industry. And the only thing that really, really differentiates us is our perspective that we bring to the problems that we are wanting to solve. And so it makes it very difficult for us, if this is all we have, to stand out from the sea of sameness and from the sea of other people that are doing and operating in a similar space to us. And this is where we often are faced with what I call the entrepreneur maze. We under time pressure in order to generate cash flow through our business. We try many, many different things in order to create a sustainable business. Some of them work, some of them don't. And the biggest question that we are faced with as entrepreneurs is, who do we trust? And this is particularly relevant when we look at the turbulent world that we are currently being faced with. We often present a face to the world that we are doing okay, that our businesses are doing okay. And yet internally, we've got a to-do list that is a mile long. We are waking up at 3 a.m. We are stressed. We are tired. And of course, we are extremely worried about our businesses surviving, everything that we are being faced with, the pandemic, as well as all of the turbulence that is happening in the marketplace within the South African context at the moment. So if you're living in South Africa, I think all of us are having to call on extreme internal resources for us to remain connected to our purpose, to be resilient in the face of all of these external challenges that we are faced with. And we continuously doing this juggling act of the face that we are presenting to the world as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as coaches, as trainers. as well as having to navigate our own internal disruption that all of us are facing currently. And ultimately, when we look externally to get support for ourselves as entrepreneurs or as coaches and trainers, because, one of the biggest things that I think is missing in many, many coaching accreditations and courses is, how do we take our expertise? We now have that expertise. We are able to deliver incredible content to our clients. We're able to really make a powerful impact in their lives. But we don't have the expertise and the skills to set up and run a prosperous business for ourselves, because it's this big chunk of entrepreneur education that is missing from most of the courses that we go on. So if we go and we Google online entrepreneur courses, we're going to come up with 171 million results. But ultimately, the question is, who do we trust? What is their real results and experience? Are there hidden costs? Do we have to buy different courses for different problems? So often we sign up and there's this big promise of this end-to-end business solution. And then when we're 3 months in, suddenly we have to pay a lot more money in order to access the social media, or the social media content, or access this other strategy content. And so it's very, very difficult for us to know who to trust. And what we are looking for as entrepreneurs is that transparency, that entrepreneurial education that really comes out of tried and tested and proven education that has been tested on the ground. And so what do we want? What are our dreams, and what is the similarity that brings all of us as entrepreneurs together when we launch a new business, or when we are wanting to grow or scale our business? And that is, for most of us as conscious leaders and conscious entrepreneurs, we are wanting to have a purpose-driven business that is connected to our why, that makes us jump out of bed every single morning because we can't wait to engage with our clients, engage with our products that we may have developed, or the products that we are marketing. And that purpose really fuels our passion. I think if I look at the South African landscape of small to medium businesses to these highly entrepreneurial businesses, it's ultimately our internal inspiration and our internal passion that is going to be driving us every single day. And what are we wanting to do is we're wanting to create a sustainable business in the sea of uncertainty. So if we have a look at this tree and we look at the root system of this tree, it really is a powerful and deep root system that is allowing this tree to grow and to flourish. And I see this deep-rooted system being the foundations of us having a solid business knowledge, business strategy, a support system for ourselves that is able to nourish us at a deep foundational level, so that we are able to grow our businesses so that it can flourish in the same way that this tree flourishes. So how do we do that? How do we actually build this sustainable root system for ourselves? And as you know, that if you know anything about me, I'm very, very connected to the wolves and what the wolves can teach us as entrepreneurs and leaders. And this comes out of me winning the Jungle Book in grade 1, and for being the best reader in grade 1. And because I was an unmothered child myself, there was something so profound about these wolves that raised this boy. And so I have the wolf around me as my teacher and as my mentor from that childhood experience. And so wolves really teach us about collaboration. They teach us about gathering around a singular purpose. You know, wolves howl to call each other to an aligned action. They are about real community and family, and out of that, this incredible trust that they have of each other. The young are taught and mentored by every single wolf in the pack. Everybody is trusted to raise these wolves and raise the pups in alignment with the pack's values. And so this is around us coming together around our values. It's incredibly heart-centered. There are deep connections here of loyalty, and the leadership in the wolf pack really has the best interests of the pack at heart. So it is a heart-centered leadership in a healthy pack, and they operate very much on paying attention to the external environment and then making the correct response to what it is that they're being shown. And very often this is on a intuitive basis. So it's this combination of observation as well as intuition. So how do we transform this as people into us building a community? And this is really around the power of a peer group and around surrounding ourselves with people who have our back, people who are going to support us, who want us to win, who are willing to collaborate with us. And when we have a peer group that asks of us and demands of us to be our best, we grow into that. We grow into being the people that we want to become. We grow into being the people that we aspire to. And Napoleon Hill speaks about the mastermind principle. And if you don't know who Napoleon Hill is, I would highly recommend that you go and read his book, Think and Grow Rich. And he speaks about the mastermind principle, which comes out of his research of the leaders that were around in his time. So the Henry Fords of the world, very powerful, significant people that had a very powerful impact on the world that we actually live in today. Thomas Edison being one of them. And what Henry Ford and Thomas Edison used to do on a quarterly or monthly basis was literally get together as a powerful group. They were all men, unfortunately, at that point in time, but a powerful group who really thought together and supported each other. And this is where the mastermind principle was first made known to the public, where two or more people actively engaged in the pursuit of a definite purpose with a positive mental attitude constitutes an unbeatable force. And that is why I wanted to bring this mastermind principle to you today, because this is what we need to get together today and collaborate on with a positive mental attitude so that we as entrepreneurs can constitute an unbeatable force. So what is it that I bring to the masterminds that I run? And the very first thing that I bring is, apart from that community that I've already spoken about, but is proven business strategies. So in the 12-month monthly Business Brilliance Mastermind that I run, where we meet once a month, and you are able to access these proven business strategies in our meetings, and I send through updates every week, is what is it that you need in terms of entrepreneur education in order to grow this profitable and sustainable business that you dreamed of when you opened your business doors? And these business strategies come out of on-the-ground research in over 51 countries globally. They tried and tested with over 300,000 entrepreneurs over the last 8 to 10 years. And it really constitutes a step-by-step, end-to-end business process that we go on over the 12 months that provide you with everything that you need in order to refine and grow your business and position yourself as an expert in the industry that you are in. So if you have a look at this blueprint here on the steps that you would take, we look at your business strategy. We look at you as a conscious leader. What does it mean to actually be a conscious leader? We look at the refinement of and launch of maybe your new products and services, or refining existing products and services. We look at your people and talent. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What is it that you love to do in your business? And therefore, who else do you need to have around you in your ring of steel to ensure that your business is really bulletproof from a leadership perspective? We look at smart marketing. We look at your sales mastery, the psychology of sales. How do you really build those relationships with your clients so that they never want to do business with anybody else except you? We define your customer journey, and then we look at building systems in order to really get your business running, and we automate as much of your business as possible so that you have the freedom to do what it is that you love. And then at a deeper level, what is woven into this program is looking at culture intelligence. So what can we learn from some of the cultural leaders that we have engaged with? Looking at creation intelligence. It's only our minds that work in a linear fashion. Nature works in a cyclical fashion, as do our businesses. So how do we bring that creation intelligence into our business? Commercial intelligence, obviously keeping an eye on the numbers and making sure that our businesses are commercially sound. And then as well as conscious intelligence. So really spending a lot of time looking at your own values, who you are as a person, where do you need to grow in order to become more conscious and therefore be able to make a much more powerful impact within your own business, as well as with everybody that you come in contact with and deal with on a daily basis. And here are some of the examples of the blueprints that you would have access to in the steps that we take as we work through this program. So we're looking at your essence down here in the right-hand corner, who you are, and how do we bring that essence in a transparent way into your business. We look at leveraging LinkedIn, launching your money train so that we really start to immediately drive cash flow through your business. What are some of the ways that you can be building trust in your business? And as you can see, each of these constitute step-by-step process that you can go and do and start to integrate into your business immediately. And I just want to unpack two of those blueprints that I showed you. And one of them is really where we're looking at your consciousness. And then the other is a very step-by-step process that we implement in all of our clients' businesses. So this is the impact blueprint for conscious leaders. And what does it mean to actually be a conscious leader in your business? So the very first thing that we look at here is we look at how do you influence the people that are around you? How do you position yourself as an authority in order to influence, in order to be seen as a thought leader and influence not only the people that are working with you in your business, but also your clients and your audience that you're speaking to. And then we look at how do you create a meaningful impact in their lives and in their businesses, if you're a business-to-business entrepreneur, or if you're working with individuals. What is it that really creates meaning for your clients and for your customers, and how can you create more meaning for them? Then we look at your positioning. How do we position you as an authority? We have our premium positioning formula where we look at your authority, we look at your social media positioning, we look at memberships of particular organizations or affiliations that are going to allow you to really position yourself as an expert. And it's through all of that that we then look at how can you accelerate your own business, but not only accelerate your own business, accelerate the businesses and lives of the clients and customers that you are working with. We then focus deeply on your ability to build and to cultivate those very, very important relationships. How do you groom those relationships with, maybe it's key suppliers that you're needing to cultivate relationships with. It's your key people within your organization. It's your family. It's your community, as well as your clients and your customers. And it's through this cultivation of those relationships that you then start to really build trust with them. So what are some of the trust building strategies that you can start to implement in your business right now that is going to allow you to be more transparent and really build that trust with your clients, your customers, and your key people within your organization? Then the second blueprint that I'd like to share with you, and this is obviously one of my absolute favorites. You may have heard me speaking about the money train before, but this is really designing our client engagement journey. And so for each of us in different industries, the way that we do this is going to be different. So I want you to really view this through the lens of your own business. And the very first carriage in the money train is our leads carriage. And so where is it that you are going to be getting your leads from? Is it from your email list? Is it from you scrolling through your phone and going through your phone and seeing who on your phone can you connect with that is sitting in your niche market? Could it be on LinkedIn chat? Is it from you setting up and running a podcast? Or is it you running a business event where you are going to invite people who are in your niche, like I have done on this webinar today, to come to a business event? And then we're going to look at unpacking how do you move people out of your leads carriage into your trust carriage. So what are some of the trust building strategies that you could implement in your business that is going to allow a potential client to engage with you in a way that builds trust? So this could be that you invite them to an on-stage event. It could be that you send them a PDF that gives them the 5 key things that they need to be focusing on right now in order to take care of their insurance in their business, for example. It could be that you send them an assessment in order for them to have a look at where are they doing well in their business or in their lives, and what are the areas of their lives that they need to start to focus and take care of, that you're able to provide that solution. It could be that you invite them for a coffee at a beautiful hotel or in a beautiful setting and start to have those conversations that are going to enable them to get a sense of who you are and what you're all about and why should they be considering doing business with you. And then we move them out of the trust carriage into the love carriage. And this is such an important step in the sales process, which many, many people don't take into account. In this world where we are bombarded on a daily basis with emails, with Facebook, with Instagram, trust me to do this, trust me to do that. You've got 5 minutes to register for this. I promise you're going to get this result. Who do we trust and who do we engage with out of this onslaught of information that we have? So what are some of the strategies that you can think of right now that would assist a potential client to experience you giving them some love? So is it a free online strategy session? Is it a workbook that you can provide for them that is going to enable them to take that next step forward? Is it running a once-off mastermind where you are going to deliver incredible content to all of the attendees of that mastermind? So it's really allowing them to experience your love and your care for them that is going to make them want to do business with you. And it's only once we've covered those 3 steps do we then think about and start to move them into the sales carriage. And this is where we do maybe a sales presentation of an incredible sales deck that we have. If they're already in our ecosystem, maybe it's an upsell. If we actually sell a physical product, maybe this is when we invite them to an actual sales demonstration in order for them to make that final decision. But if you have done the work in the trust carriage and in the love carriage, you'll start to see that the actual sale just becomes a byproduct of the incredible relationship that you have already built with this potential client. And once you have done the sale, we then move them into the journey carriage. And this is when they start to really experience everything that you have promised them in the trust carriage and in the love carriage. And you over deliver in terms of what you've promised, and you take them on an extraordinary client journey so that they never ever think about doing business with anybody else. But much more importantly, they speak about you to their friends, to their colleagues, and they become the biggest champions of your business. And very often when we activate the money train, there is this incredible cash flow situation and client flow that comes into your business that allows you to have ease and peace of mind that you really do have and are growing a sustainable business. So I just wanted to share those two particular blueprints with you so that you got some value out of this time that you have taken on this webinar to be with me. And this is really what I am wanting to share with you today about the Business Brilliance Mastermind. So what is it that I am going to want to promise you out of coming on this journey? And that is really around business brilliance through access to incredible entrepreneur education, a mastermind of peers that are going to support you through the challenges and celebrate your success. We are looking at creating real sustainable prosperity for you, collaboration, growth, community, entrepreneurship, and a very powerful mindset shift that is going to enable you to be internally resilient, internally at peace, internally purposeful and ignited with passion as we navigate this external turbulent world. So how does it work? It is a monthly mastermind where we meet online for 3 hours, one morning every single month. And you will then receive weekly content updates that is going to support you on the theme for that month. You have an opportunity both within the monthly mastermind as well as outside of the monthly mastermind to network with fellow entrepreneurs that are in your peer group. And we invite you to spotlight your business. We spotlight a business once a month where the rest of the mastermind group form a panel and give you as much information and feedback on whatever it is that you are wanting to address within your business. And the cost for this is 997 Rand a month. I've purposefully kept it at a low entry point because I just feel at this point in time that entrepreneurs really need to be able to spend their money on other things in their business in order to survive these times. And so have kept it at 997 Rand a month. However, that is not a reflection on the quality of the content. I'm sure you can see from this webinar that the quality of the content that you will be receiving and the quality of the peer group that you will be networking with is far exceeds that investment. So if you are interested in exploring this option, please scan the code here with your phone camera or take a screenshot of this so that you can scan this code a little bit later. It's going to take you to a form that you can fill in. And once you've completed that form, I will be in touch with you and we can set up an introductory session and I can give you more information on the Business Brilliance Mastermind. I'm going to be launching. We've got one currently running at the moment. We're launching the next one for the first Friday in August. But what I like to do is get together with all the entrepreneurs beforehand and we agree dates and times that suit everybody so that we ensure that all of you show up and are able to make these 3-hour sessions that we run on a monthly basis. So thank you so much for being with me on this webinar and joining me here. I'm now going to switch off the recording so that I can answer any questions for the participants that have been on this webinar. And I look forward to engaging with you soon and can't wait to support you on your entrepreneur journey. Take care and much love from my heart to yours.